Hey guys, Nick here from Arizona Hot Tub Company. Hope you're doing well today. And today I figured we're going to talk about how long does it take to get a swim spa in this new pandemic world. So here we are, late August 2021, going into fall of 2021, and we have some updates. So I'm really talking about our vendors specifically here at Arizona Hot Tub Company. We have Endless Pools and ATV, which is aquatic training vessels, not all-terrain vehicles. That's by Marquee Spas. We also can get Artesian, but we don't really talk too much about them right now because they're different models. So both of these manufacturers have moved to an allocation system. So they give me a certain number of slots. So again, I use this example in my hot tub video, but let's just say, this is a lot, we don't do this much, but let's just say Endless Pools gives us 10 a month, and ATV does 10 a month. Okay, so in theory, I would have 120 of each to sell, so 240 swim spas to sell, in 2021, and if the allocation method goes into 2022, which it will, say 220 hot tubs or endless pools for next year. Realistically, though, it's not nearly that high. But let's just say it was. Endless Pools, though, they have run into a handful of issues. What they do is they give us a schedule. Say, okay, we have 3 going into production this month, 4 going into production this month, 6 going into production this month, and 3. I'm not really sure how they do the schedule. And Marquee will do the same thing. They might have 2 this month, 1 this month, 3 this month, 1 this month, and so on and so forth. The way the allocation system works is I'm supposed to put my order in about 90 days before they actually go into production, and at that point I'm no longer allowed to change it for Marquee. Endless Pools, it's typically 45 days. They're a little more flexible being a larger company. The issue, though, is that with the limited spots, again, let's really cut this to maybe like 3 and 2. With the limited number of spots that I have, the spots we're taking are just kind of best guesses as to when we think they're going to go into production, because it's based on when they can get product. Pumps, siding, insulation, the steel frame, the foam, whatever it might be, or even the resin, which is a big deal right now because Texas froze over. All those things factor into if it's going to be delayed, it's going to be pushed back. So I might say, okay, well, if you come in today, we're looking at late Q2, maybe early Q3. That is my best guess for Endless Pools at this point. This could be moved up a little bit. It could be pushed back a little bit. In my experience during this pandemic, things generally get pushed back. It's pretty rare that they get pushed up. It can happen. I've seen it, but most of the time it's pushed back. So if you come in and you hold a slot, you can hold a slot but not really finalize anything, not really be 100% committed to it the way that we're working now. Until about 90 days before it's supposed to go into production. The new allocation method is allowed to us to be a little more flexible, but right now I would say Endless Pools, you're looking at Q2, Q3 of next year. Marquee is almost impossible to predict. They're a much smaller manufacturer, so they're giving me, they say, based on my allocation method, so again, I'm supposed to go 90 days before it goes into production. So 90 days from now, we're looking at what, November, right? Yeah, so November. So if I put my order in for now, it should go into production in November. The problem is they're running into some issues with their allocation method from before. So I'm getting about half of their allotted slots to me at this point, because they're about 6 months on top of that. So if you do 6 months plus what was already in November, now we're into May of next year. So if I order today, if everything goes according to plan, in May of 2022, I should have my Marquee. It's been a challenge. It's been a challenge, but right now the good news is if you order soon, or you get on the list, you should be able to swim next year for the most part. But again, you got to be a little flexible with everything that's going on. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon.